Hey guys, Coach Chris here with SBG Alabama. So a couple of things. I've been seeing a lot of shadow boxing drills and stuff up like that up online in a variety of places. I want to go over a couple things. Remember that when you guys practice, you want to practice with perfect reps. Practice makes habit. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes habit. Bad practice, bad habit. Good practice, good habit. One of the things that I'm seeing a lot when people are punching is your elbows are flared right here. This opens up the body and it's gonna put excess pressure on your shoulders, so as the round goes deeper and deeper, your hands get more difficult to hold up. I want you to be structurally sound when you guys are practicing your shadow boxing. I need your elbows in. I want you to think about resting your triceps right there on your lats. Turning your pinkies in, not out. It's not a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, right? Nobody fights like this anymore. Turn your pinkies in, close this lane down. I want you to get into kind of half a level change. Real bad posture if you're talking to your mom, right? But for striking, this is what I want. I want to kind of hollow out the body here and minimize the strike zone, the target that is available. I want to be able to take my elbow and just by a little drop right here, a little slight level change, my elbow is basically touching my hip. And this is where I want to throw all my shots from, whether it's the jab or the cross. The other thing that I've noticed a lot of people aren't doing is you're not rotating your shoulders. When you guys are practicing your strikes, especially your crosses, your hooks, your uppercuts, I want you to turn your shoulders. The third thing that we're having a problem with is we're not turning those shots all the way over. I'm seeing a lot of weird stuff like this. This is not a punch, man. You gotta rotate that last little bit right there to get that last little bit of kinetic energy to slap out of those first two knuckles right there. Snap out of those first two knuckles. There needs to be snap on that shot. So my shoulders are relaxed, my triceps resting on my lats, my elbows in, my pinkies turned in, I'm minimizing the strike zone, and this is the stance we're gonna work from, right here. Turning my shots over and making sure that my shoulders are turning when I throw my shots. When I turn my punch over, it does two things. One, that last little bit of kinetic energy is gonna snap out of there, which is where the power is. Two, it rotates my shoulder up and protects my jawline. If I don't turn my punch over, the shoulder doesn't do that. So I'm leaving myself exposed as I'm throwing. This game's dangerous enough as it is. Don't make it more dangerous than it has to be. If you're having a problem keeping your elbows in, I got a drill for you to use. No worries, gonna fix that for you real quick. So again, we talked about the big issue, people's elbows flaring as they punch. Even if they start here, by the time you get to the third punch, your elbows are out here, your body is totally exposed for kicks, easy to pummel under for underhooks and get takedowns. You're leaving your hips exposed as well as your lower body. So I wanna think about making this tight right here, but relaxed. My structure is tight. There's no exposure or minimize the exposure of my body to those body shots and kicks. If I wanna make sure my elbows don't flare out, I'm gonna sit up against the wall right here. And I'm not leaning up against it. I'm just kind of, my foot's here, my elbow's touching it. That way, when I do throw the shot, I can't pick my elbow up before I throw it. This is a big issue with beginners, especially when they're throwing their cross. They pick that elbow up and they push it. Now this is all arm punch. My whole body's not in this shot at all. Here, I wanna practice turning, rotate, and my elbow can't flare before I throw it. If it does, I feel that. I need to minimize that. My elbow doesn't flare out at all. So it goes straight down the barrel. Bop, turns all the way over. My pinky should be up towards the ceiling right here. My shoulder is touching my jaw. My left hand is here, touching my brow. Just like so. Making sure I don't flare my elbow on my cross. Now, if I want to work the hook off of this, I just pull my right hand back and turn my shoulders. And I should be looking right here down the barrel of the rifle. Turn your shoulders. Same thing with the uppercuts. Making sure I'm turning my shoulders. Full rotation on the punch is what I want. Starting at my feet. Turn your feet, turn your hips, turn your shoulders. Don't flare your elbow. Make sure your shoulder's coming up and protecting your chin. That's just a couple of details you can do to improve your shadow boxing. If you're going through routines, don't just go through the motions. Do it correctly. Again, practice makes habit. Coach Chris here from SBG Alabama. We'll keep bringing you more info while you're on lockdown. Wash your hands.